And from his undisclosed location, that took you a long time to unfold that, by the way. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, and I don't fully understand. You guys are giving me grief about being jacked up yesterday, and you're thinking I'm all nervous, and that couldn't have been further from the truth. I was fired up because it's another day, got an opportunity. We had the dead air in the beginning of the show, so I felt like you maybe weren't as engaged, so I needed to pick my game up, which is what the Brewers bullpen did for Quinn last night. So today, I'm going to just be Johnny Mello. I'm going to let you drive and let Jesse chill. I'm going to be I am going to be Johnny Cool Cucumber today. You're not going to get me all riled up. I am just going to sit back because I am not nervous at
You're
all.
not.
I was
Why
not nervous yesterday. No,
I feel like you should be. We don't even know who's pitching for them today.
Yeah, I'm not going to be nervous. I'm not.
You can't just say that. That's not how that works.
No, what happens a lot of times, I'm amazed you guys don't understand me yet. You guys just don't get me. You've been doing the show, Jason, 10 years plus 11 years of covering and with the Wisconsin time. You guys don't get me yet. And it's amazing to me.
Okay, tell me more.
When you tell me I can't do something or I'm doing something that I'm not doing, I am going to go overboard on top of overboard to prove you wrong.
I know
yesterday,
that.
I don't think you do.
No,
because otherwise
do.
You wouldn't do what you do.
So how do you describe what you did yesterday?
Here's what as I told you yesterday, I came in, I'm fired up. It's 2-0. Went to the Brewer game the other night. I am all in on Brewers. I want the Brewers. I want a World Series more than I want I want water and I want breath. I want this. I think our fan deserves it. And I see the Yankees last night getting knocked off and oh my God, the Yankees haven't won a championship in 16 years.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, who gives a blank? We haven't won one ever. And you're going to tell me, we should feel sorry for the poor New York Yankees?
No.
Get out of Dodge. So I'm fired up. You go dead air on me yesterday, so I pick it up because I thought you were in like a sour mood or you just weren't feeling it, which is fine.
I thought you were talking to Jesse.
Here's the deal. So I decided to do what the Brewers bullpen did for Quinn Priester. I just wanted us to have a show and to be enthusiastic and energetic. You Quinn Priestered yesterday, and I decided I was going to bullpen it. That's how it viewed.
I had a little trouble in the first inning. I picked it up just fine the rest of the show.
It literally happened right in the beginning of the show. So you and Jesse now are giving me grief, and fine, go ahead and play this game. But I'm telling you, you're not going to win. Old T is going to win this game. So I'll say this. I don't know who's starting. I would think we want Peralta at home in Game 5 if necessary. I'm looking at this like an Ashby bullpen. Let's go back to the Game 2 formula and get this thing wrapped. That's what I think is going to happen. Hopefully at some point during the show, Pat Murphy announces it. But yesterday was a young pitcher who we hadn't seen lose. I think, didn't Quinn Priester lose his last start?
He did. Last start of the regular season, he did lose, yes.
Okay, because everybody was saying yesterday, and I didn't want to correct you on air, so I'll correct you today. I thought you said that he hadn't lost a start in since May. He was awesome this season, right? He was awesome. The moment gets big, and Pat Murphy after the game said, hey,
yeah, he looked nervous.
The moment was too big for Quinn. Yeah, so when you have all that, again, to put in old boy Quintana after, and then to have the bullpen do its job, and we had plenty of cracks to get this thing back. Plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, bases loaded.
Baseball's tough. This is what playoff baseball is. What we've seen in the past, you know, I don't remember who on the broadcast. By the way, I didn't think the broadcast was as homerish as you guys did.
I didn't think so either.
I never said the TV broadcast was homerish.
Oh, Josh DiMaggio did in our group. And Jesse said it was like a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, which means they're
Okay, so
excited
that's
when the
not
Cubs
terrible.
do something good. They were excited when Bowers hit the home run. I think they've had a good call this
And they were
series so
talking.
far.
They were talking all about when old boy legged out that would-be double play, saying how fast he is, and I thought the broadcast was fine.
Agreed. I think they're doing
so-
a great job.
All in all, I don't think we should be nervous yet. I don't. Now, if it gets to Game 5, we should be nervous, but I don't think we should be as we sit here today.
So, the Mariners and Tigers, are they 2-2?
They are. Game 5 tomorrow night.
The Yankees are donezo, which is a real shame. You hate to see that.
It's too bad.
The Phillies stayed alive. Can someone explain to me, by the way, why Game
Can I throw
4...
a crazy...
Oh, boy.
Oh, go ahead. Is later?
Why they're
They're
playing
in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Why isn't
I
that the
know.
late game?
They're playing in L.A. at 3
so
o'clock Pacific,
here's my
and then we got to
theory.
play at 8. Yeah.
My theory is Philadelphia, and this always trips me up. I love playing those Sporkle games. I don't know if you ever play Sporkle on your iPhone or computer.
You brought up Sporkle like
But-
the first year we were doing this show.
I love Sporkle. It's a great mind bender. But Philadelphia is a monster market. 4th biggest market, I believe, in the U.S. Philly, they don't want those Philly fans first starting the game at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock their time. They're catering to the Philadelphians,
Okay.
not to the
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Well, they had the Yankees in the late window.
When?
A couple of games,
Last night,
like
the
not
Yankee
last
game
night,
was
but
done at 9:30.
no, 2 nights ago when they won, that game started at like 8.
It was at 8 Eastern they started that. It just went long because
That's 7 Central. That's nothing.
yeah.
Well, the game ended
Talking
like after
8:08
midnight
Central
there.
time tonight. Yeah, it's hey man, welcome to the Midwest.
They're used to it out
They
east.
fly over you and they, whatever. It is
Sorry.
what it is.
What's your great idea? Now you forgot it.
No, it's not mine. I want to give my boy Crancy. He just sent me this, and this is super interesting.
Who the hell is
Crancy.
Crancy? We're 10
You know
years
Crancy.
into the
He
show.
is a great
Never heard of
Wisconsin
him.
athletic supporter. Crancy. I got a long history with Crancy. He was mad at me because I drank some of his good vodka way back in the day, and he's got a really nice place up on Lake Wisconsin. Hey, Crancy's Crancy.
He's doing well for himself.
Anyways,
This feels like when you're watching a sitcom and they introduce a new character like 10 years in.
Do-do-do.
Oh,
It's
by
Crancy.
the way, this is
I'm
one
gonna
of the
tell
main
you,
character's brothers
just
that
so
you should
you
have
know,
known about the whole
he
time.
never texts me. He never texts me about the show ever. This is the first time, so he has felt
Well, welcome,
obligated to text.
Crancy.
Good to have you.
And you think this is kind of crazy talk, but the more I'm looking at this,
Oh, boy.
I kind of like where we're at. So tonight, very well could be a bullpen. Yeah, we could see Peralta. We could see bullpen. Right? That's what this is going to come down to because we obviously used Quintana last night. That would have been the other option.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Cubs only scored in the first inning last night, correct?
Have they scored in any inning other than the first inning all
It's
series?
been minimal. It's been very
They
minimal.
got a couple after they were down 9-1 on Saturday.
Yeah.
They got a few. But, yes,
Okay.
they have only scored in the first inning each of the last 2 games.
All right, so who is our closer? Is it McGill, right? Or Uribe? depending
no,
on
it's
how you look
Uribe.
at it?
It's been Uribe since McGill got hurt. And McGill came back, and
Okay.
he was the setup guy on Monday night.
So, this is a crazy thought by Crancy, but I'm on board with it. Start Uribe. Why not go to our closer? We have struggled for 3 games against the Cubs. They score. They have put pressure on. What if we start Uribe or McGill and we start as a
Or Raleigh
closer and we go
Fingers.
Oppo the rest of the way? What do we think?
And we're going to close the game with Ashby?
I think he's got Freddie coming in
Give
the
Ashby
6th.
a little more time. He pitched a bunch of pitches the other night. What do we think of that idea?
I would like to thank Crancy for his out-of-the-box thinking and his contributions to the show as he joins Strummy and Schleppy and the Big O. Who else am I missing that we need to have in the mix here that come up with great ideas? Who's the Tom Hanks guy?
Hatch.
Hatch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actual.
Hatch has mailed it in. Since COVID,
He's big time now.
I haven't been real happy with Hatch's performance lately.
Wisey.
Wisey, yeah, we love Wisey.
Yeah. Wisey's the best.
Look, it's an interesting thought, and I am not pandering. Because, yeah, hey, you send your closer out there, he strikes out the first 3 batters, and you're not playing from behind. I don't think that's a realistic strategy, though.
Why?
Well, because games are frequently won or lost at the end, and guys are closers.
Yesterday's
for a
game
reason.
wasn't. Yesterday's game wasn't.
I would argue that it was because they had the bases loaded in the 8th, and their hottest hitter at the plate. And look, baseball's hard. I'm not killing. Was it Durbin that was up? No.
Durbin made
Bowers.
the final out. Bowers was
up.
too. Yeah.
The series is over if Bowers, who is hot, gets a hit there, and it's decided late. So I would like my best pitchers when the game's on the line late.
But the game ended up being over when they scored 4 in the first. That's what ended up being the difference.
Right, except for the fact that the Cubs had to shut down comebacks late in the game, or they would have
I'm not
lost.
asking the Cubs to start their closer. I'm asking us to. You understand that, right? And by the way, Jace,
this is not
by the way,
nervous energy,
You're
by
not
the way.
starting both closers. We would now say we have 2 closers. Would we not?
Is this not like are we sure that that's
so we
true?
have 2 closers.
We have 2 guys who are capable of closing games that we would feel good about.
That
We
have
have two
had the
starting
moxie
quarterbacks.
and have went through
Yeah.
because closing is a mentality too.
Sure it is.
And you have to have some experience with it. I say we start McGill tonight. Let's keep your rebase so that he can close up the shop late. Let's start McGill.
There we
tonight.
go. Appreciate you coming around. See, we workshopped this.
I don't
I'm
hate
on
it.
board with
But
that.
if we start
I
your
don't hate
rebate,
it.
I'm all right too. Because we've seen what the Cubs have done. They are fast starting fools down there on the north side.
North side.
Fast starting fools.
Gonna get colder as the night goes on. Ball won't travel as far. Let's snuff them out early. A little snuffing. It's too bad we don't have a pitcher named McMuffin. Snuff him with McMuffin. We could go, put a T-shirt up or something.
How about go for the kill with McGill? Huh?
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Did you really just
With that
say...
said, I think it's going to be Ashby tonight again, don't you? Isn't that kind of the vibe you're getting?
Gasser, I think, might be the option.
Gas?
Yeah,
Okay.
the gas man.
according to Baseball Reference, in the 150 years of baseball, or however long baseball's been around, there has never been a pitcher or a player of any kind whose last name was McMuffin. So, just an FYI. Probably unlikely to be snuffing with McMuffin. You can snuff out high energy bills, though, with Gina Della and Pella, which also rhyme, Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, I know this. Murph trusts his bullpen. He trusts his team, and we trust his gut. And when it comes to your home, the smart play is to trust Gina Della and her great team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And this month only, you can score a whole house of new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable, thanks to the incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all of those drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Get your first look at the Wisconsin Badger men's basketball team when they take the court in the Bad Boy Moors Series at Fiserv Forum on Friday, October 24th. Bucky will lace them up against Oklahoma at 7 p.m. in this preseason exhibition game. Get your tickets now at FiservForum.com. Take advantage of this rare opportunity to see the Badgers and Sooners play in Milwaukee. Buy tickets at FiservForum.com. Catch elite men's college basketball when Wisconsin and Oklahoma play on Friday, October 24th at Fiserv Forum.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Big ideas deserve a big story and the right audience. At Saturn Lounge, we bring your marketing to life with branding, websites, digital marketing, and video storytelling that stands out from the crowd. Whether it's a TV spot, a campaign, or content built to connect, Saturn Lounge is where strategy meets creativity. From the first spark of an idea to the final cut, we're here to make your message shine across every platform. Ready to make your marketing a success? Step into the spotlight with Saturn Lounge, your launch pad for bigger, better marketing. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Franklin High School's Josie Johnston. Johnston is a member of the Sabres women's golf team and sealed first-team All-Southeast Conference honors with her first tournament victory this past week. Johnston shot an 86 at Rivermore Golf Club, including 3 birdies to take home first-place honors for the first time in her career. Johnston also played a pivotal role in Franklin's WIAA Regional Championship, shooting a 93 at Brightondale. The Sabres finished 14 strokes ahead of second-place Badger High School to win the regional and will now compete at sectionals with a chance to head to state on the line. Congrats to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Franklin High School's Josie Johnston. With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Tausch, you said very clearly that we were wrong. You didn't have nervous energy yesterday. Quinn Priester clearly had nervous energy. And by the way, you have to respect the guy that comes out after the game. I mean, I know it was obvious, but the line where he said everybody played their best ball except me, that was hard to hear. I mean, he felt like trash. and is a guy that was in the stands watching this team win the 2016 World Series, and now he's pitching. And you could tell, like you said, from his facial expression, like he was nervous, and he pitched like it. What's the most nervous you've ever been in the world of competing?
I would think from probably the first time I played at Lambeau, like I started. We played the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was more the lead up to. I always say the nervousness of competing, it's not once you're out there. It's the lead up and you get done with the warm-ups, and then you have that, 20-minute window where you go back in and you just have your thoughts until coach gets up and you have your huddle, and then you sprint out, and then you do the announcement, and you go out and on the field, and you're standing there, and until you get out there and play, the first time you go and do that, you can get overwhelmed a little bit. So I think from my end, after that one, it gets easier and easier, and I think experience. A lot of times people look at experience and they'll say, well, that will be the trump card. Well, no, talent and what you can do physically, and then how you can control your emotions in big moments, that's really what separates it. So for me, that game, I was fortunate actually that my first real game, I didn't know I was going to play. You just get thrown out.
Right.
Earl's back locks up. Tausch, you're up. Let's go. And you just go out there. And you go play. And then that probably even helped ease that even more.
Jesse, you have the audio from Pat Murphy and from Quinn Priester. I wanted to play that for folks who didn't hear it. First, here is Pat Murphy talking about the fact that the moment did appear to get to Quinn Priester.
I think the moment got to him a little bit. I think this is, again, he's not technically a rookie, but it's his first postseason appearance, and had a long layoff. It's at his hometown. Yeah, I feel for him because that's not typically how he's done this year, and it gave them a jump start and was the difference in the game.
And then here's what Priester said afterward, which was the quote that made me feel a little sad for him, frankly.
Very frustrated. Very frustrated with that first inning, the only inning. Command wasn't good. And, stuff wasn't coming out the way I'd wanted it to, and ultimately it falls onto me to make an adjustment. It's going to be different every day. You're going to have different circumstances to have to work with and battle through, and it's up to pitcher make an adjustment to get us at least give us a chance, get the ball in play, and didn't do that today. Didn't give us a chance, and everyone else played real well with the exception of myself. So definitely feel like that's entirely on me.
If you're Quinn Priester's teammate, you're obviously disappointed that you lost the game. What are you doing as his teammates? Because that has got to be a crummy feeling to have. Everybody did their job except me.
Well, and that's not true. I mean, there were plenty of other opportunities to overcome. It wasn't like he gave up 81 runs and it was insurmountable. Obviously he was disappointed with his performance, but good teammates would never let Quinn Priester. If somebody asks another teammate about it, say, well, yeah, I also had an opportunity in the seventh inning to get a hit and maybe start a rally. Or, who struck out in the eighth inning? Was it Bowers?
Bowers, yeah.
Bowers could say, yeah, I hit a home run, but also I had an opportunity to make a big hit, and all of a sudden nobody's talking about Quinn Priester. Mm-hmm. So there's all of these moments that you can look at in baseball, and Quinn can be disappointed, and Pat Murphy can be disappointed about that. Maybe Pat Murphy could say, well, maybe I should have started Quintana, and Priester could have come in. Maybe it would have been. There's all different avenues that you could look at. Obviously, Quinn, because of how it played out, he feels that way, and as a teammate, you want your teammate to feel bad about that, but you also want to make sure he knows he's supported, right? And that he can, hey, we're going to get this. This is just going to be a blip or a small part of a book on what we're going to end up doing. And that's what makes good clubhouses and good teams is you lift up the guys when they are maybe down in the dumps a little bit.
Quinn, don't worry. We're starting McGill tonight. We're going to be fine. It's going to be everything we need. Bringing in the closer to start the game. Ian and East Troy, if McGill starts this game tonight, this will be right behind Tausch's kissing cousins tie prediction.
Well,
now,
if
again,
Uribe or McGill starts, I think there should be some props.
So McGill,
and listen, I appreciate it, Ian. It's not me. That's Crancy.
Crancy, baby.
Yeah.
Fancy
Crancy. I wish I had thought of it, and I could take full credit. I am obviously dispersing.
You're just a vessel.
The information from the Cransinator, but this is no doubt this would be something fun.
Trevor McGill has opened twice for the Milwaukee Brewers. Both times were in 2023 in September. Against the Marlins and the Cardinals within the span of a few days when they were down the stretch in 2023. So it has happened before. He has never done it in the playoffs, and it was only those 2 times in September 2 years ago.
So he's never been a starter except for those 2 times.
That is
correct. I don't want
yes.
Miz pitching tonight. I don't want Miz pitching.
Oh,
if Miz is going to do it again, I want him at AmFam Field on, either in Game 5 or in the NLCS. I don't want to put Miz in that sphere tonight. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want Miz throwing tonight. You pretty much throw anybody else you want. I don't know. Do you guys want Peralta to start tonight?
Well, I was about to ask you that. Why don't you want Freddie?
Well, he's on short rest, right? He's not on normal rest.
It'd be 4 days off, which usually they get 5 with a built-in off day somewhere. Yeah, so it'd be slightly short rest, but he's playoffs. It's good playoff rest.
Jesse baseball. I gave you grief for not knowing enough earlier this week because you are a baseball guy.
Don't ask me about the Blue Jays. I got nothing on the Jays if that's where this is going.
Also, for not answering right away, we had dead air open.
What is Freddie's split between road and home? Like, how much better? What do you mean? He's our starter. He's our ace. Is he better at home or is he better on the road? Like, you act like I'm asking you to split an atom. Like,
give me a second, and I will find the exact information on Baseball Reference.
I got it.
So Hunter, who does a great job filling in for Jesse on his many days off, said the last time that Freddie pitched on 4 days against the Cubs, they rocked him. He gave up 4 or 5 runs.
Playoffs are different.
I don't know if that goes in. So all of these analytical nerds are going to be in Pat Murphy's ear, right? Telling him, this. Pat's going to go with his gut. He's like 565.
Like 565 analytics.
There you go. Thanks, Jason. But this will be part of that information you dump in the machine, and it spits out, well, maybe it'd be better to sit Freddie, let him throw at home in a potential Game 5, or obviously to start the NLCS, which, even if he pitched tonight, I would think there'd be a good chance he could do that.
All right. Well, do we actually think that he might pitch tonight?
Sure. He might. I would think he'd lean towards not pitching him tonight, but...
So do we, at Pablo's birthday party...
I got some numbers for you when you want them, by the way.
All right. We'd love to have your numbers.
Home and away this year, Freddie Peralta at home is 9-1 with an ERA of 1.77. On the road...
That's strong. That's strong.
It's very good. On the road, 8-5 with a 3.71 ERA. So wins, losses are not everything, but the ERA would show you.
Losses.
He's 2 runs better.
What's
at
his
home.
whip?
1.0004 at home, 1.153 on the road.
What is McGill's numbers versus?
All right.
I was at Wrigley.
What's
his home run? So here's the deal. Jesse just brought all that up, and you know that both sides know all of these numbers. This is what the analytical folks do. The numbers would tell you weighed on Freddie. He's better at home. That's what I would bet Pat Murphy ends up doing. But Pat Murphy is he isn't standard blah. He is going to do what he thinks his team needs. And if you don't want to get into that spot, which nobody does on that Saturday night, you don't want that game. You're positioned to not have to play it. The Cubs are. That would be the only thing that if you're thinking about it, you say, he is our best. We have options if it doesn't go, but I don't want to say what if. Freddie, go get it done.
So, if I may, and I don't want to sound like I'm at Pablo's birthday party when I ask this, but with the way things went with Ashby in Game 2 and the way things went with Priester in Game 3, and if they were to choose to save Freddie for a potential Game 5 and they start Gasser or McGill or whoever they start tonight, is Jesse going to be able to say, do we need to have a conversation? Do we need to think about having a conversation about how they handled their pitching plan in this playoff series? Because if for some reason it were to not go well tonight with whomever they start that's not named Freddie Peralta, and that forces a Game 5, and then some fluky thing happens like it did with the Mets, right? We thought they were advancing last year in Game 5, did we not? Then the home runs, and suddenly, oh my God, their season's over.
I think it was Game 3. Right?
Game 3, yes, thank you.
Deciding game.
Yeah.
I'm just asking if we need to have that conversation. I'm not saying we're firing him like Jesse was trying to do in May, but it's possible, and maybe he just has crappy options, right? Because you don't have the Miz is not the Miz of midseason. You don't have Brandon Woodruff. I don't know. I'm purely asking a question.
The whole point of starting Ashby was to mess with the Cubs starting part of their lineup. They ended up putting Turner in because they're so left-hand dominant, and I think he wanted to kind of dictate what Craig Counsell was going to do with his lineup, and that would make me think he's not going to sway from that. But then you saw what happened, and how much of that goes into your mind when you're deciding, well, maybe we shouldn't do that because it didn't work. Vaughn, Chourio, Contreras bailed out Pat Murphy and Ashby the other night.
Yeah.
That was a bailout, and it was an awesome bailout. Then you start thinking, was that a fluke, or do we go back to that? And that's why these managers, that's why it's fun. That's why it's tricky, and that's why these decisions, you think long and hard on them, and you don't give anything because you don't want to give the Cubs any. I don't want you to go and do it strictly to mess with the Cubs. This needs to be, this is our best opportunity to win tonight because that's what we do. And I thought on Tuesday or Monday, whatever night that was now, you did it, it worked, but how you drew it up, it didn't work. Your team bailed that out. And right. I don't know how many times, at some point, people aren't going to go bail you out. You're going to end up in jail. And nobody wants that.
We'll shift gears to the Packers, which is why a lot of you come here.
So
if
Freddie pitches tonight, he won't be ready for the start of the NLCS anyways. Right? My buddy Sean just texted me. I got some guys that I have not heard from in a while are all in on this Brewers talk. I'm just going to tell you right now. He said he says if Peralta pitches tonight, he would not pitch Monday Game 1 as it would only be 3 days rest. By the way, I'm listening to your radio show now.
Thanks, Sean.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wouldn't it be more amazing if he just randomly had that thought and texted you?
That would be awesome.
So the speculation would be, yes, if Freddie pitches tonight, he would not be ready for Game 1. He could be ready for Game 2 on the same amount of days rest Tuesday night. So then you could have them game 2 and then game probably 6 or 7, depending
6, 7.
on what would happen in the NLCS.
So obviously, if you save him, you're not getting him at home in either of the NLCS.
Right.
Well, hey,
yeah, if you save him, you don't get it.
Yeah, no, if he pitches Saturday, he's out for.
Then he's game 3 against the Dodgers.
Yeah, but you gotta get there, man. Like you gotta win the series.
That's what makes it fun. Yeah. Needed a night to think about it.
I'm sorry. I would just like to state my position. I'm pitching my best guy tonight. That's what I'm doing. I don't care home road. I'm pitching him tonight. I want to win this. That's just my opinion, man.
Top dog, play to win. I love it.
And I love Steinhoffels as well, and they are celebrating 91 years of bringing style, comfort, and quality to families' homes. As a 100% employee-owned company, you'll always get honest service, never high-pressure sales. That's actually true. When we finally got our couch after all those years, they were great. Paula does not like overly aggressive salespeople. You don't get that at Steinhoffels.
Can you imagine that salesperson? 10 years it took you to get that couch.
Well, they
That's
didn't
a lot
know.
of work.
It wasn't the same.
That's a lot of time that salesperson put in.
And if you need better sleep, try Steinhoffels' Discover Your Sleep system. Want to refresh a room? Their decorating solutions team makes it simple. From the latest furniture trends to trusted quality, Steinhoffels has everything you need. Celebrate 91 years. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. We'll shift gears to the Packers next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Saturday, October 11th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Mentality is hosting a health fair at 2323 North Mayfair Road in Wauwatosa. Take a free cognitive test, the first of its kind FDA-approved brain health screening in just 10 minutes, and get labs with a donation. Plus amazing giveaways, and here's the best part. It all supports Ignite the Spirit, helping Milwaukee's firefighters and their families. Mentality clinics are backed by science and delivered with care. Mark your calendar for Mentality's Milwaukee Health Fair, Saturday, October 11th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Be there.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power. During our used car rate reduction sales event, shop 600 quality pre-owned vehicles with no money down and no payments until 2026. Interest rates are coming down, so let us try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than a few minutes of your time to check us out. Go to ewaldauto.com for locations, inventory, and more. You'll be glad you did.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
With approved credit, see dealer for details.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store,
but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
if you want something that's breathtakingly one of a kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Mike and Michelle Grau from Professional Construction Inc.,
AKA PCI.
Around here, they're the same thing, like Friday fish fry and a good old fashioned.
We're the Waukesha neighbors you see at the grocery store. Friday night football games, and yes, in your kitchen, making that space better than ever.
For us, PCI isn't just a name. It's family, it's community, it's putting our heart into every build and remodel.
PCI for all your construction needs. Visit ProfessionalConstructionInc.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Shifting gears to the green and gold, the G&G, as Tausch likes to say. The topic of the day, by far, at Lambeau Field yesterday. Oh my God, you're playing Joe Flacco again. Now, it's not like they're playing, it's like Tom Brady changed teams. But Tausch, I did find myself wondering.
If I'm the Bengals, I think I would have called Tom Brady.
Maybe they did.
Okay.
I would have called Bill Belichick, see if he's going to leave UNC because it's going so well over there. I am curious, though, because Joe Flacco, you know, all the years of jokes about debating whether he's elite or not, and boy, he sure was elite when they won the Super Bowl in the 2012 season. But he does have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins at his disposal now. He doesn't have a great offensive line in front of him, but he does have the opportunity to get the ball to two. I mean, are they the best tandem in the league? Better than Addison and Jay Jettis? They have to be, right?
Yes. Correct.
So when you – and look, Evan Williams was completely transparent. They were looking forward to playing Jake Browning.
Yes.
Because the guy has thrown 8 interceptions in 3.5 games since Joe Burrow got hurt. And now Joe Flacco. If you're a player in that locker room, obviously as an offensive lineman, it doesn't impact you directly. But like everyone was talking about it. I can't believe this. This is crazy. Doesn't happen. Does it throw a monkey wrench into your week in any way that something this out of the ordinary has occurred?
Yeah. It definitely changes things, and I had said on Monday that this was going to be a throttling. And I still think Green Bay is going to win this game, and I know we'll do headlines and stuff tomorrow, but I am not this changes, especially from a defensive standpoint. I don't know if Browning was a super elusive dude. I know this. He moves better than Joe Flacco, and he is going to get out of the pocket and do that. But Joe Flacco, he can still spin it. And offensive line-wise, Cincinnati, as you said, they struggle to protect the quarterback. But their wideouts are dynamic on dynamic. And they will try and do everything they can to find ways to get them the football. And their opportunity – they're not going to turn the football over as much as they did with Browning, and that's why they made this change. And it's going to give – those wideouts are obviously disappointed. I'm sure they were in Zach Taylor's ear about, I'm getting open. He's not throwing the ball in the right spots, and he's turning the ball over. It ain't going to be Joe Flacco. And Flacco is old, and he's smart. And he understands. He just played these cats 2 weeks ago. He knows Micah Parsons is going to be coming down the pipe. Rashawn Gary's going to be in my face. Lucas Van Ness, hopefully, is going to be around me. I need to get rid of the ball, so we need to kind of put our plans in place to get the ball out, have some double moves in there, because we've seen Green Bay, they cheat on some of those shorter routes. I'm sure they've seen that as well. And give those guys a chance to be dynamic and make some plays. Consistently, I think they will still struggle, but I do think you have to be very worried. If I'm Jeff Hafley, I am going to say I'm not giving up any big plays. I want to see Joey Flacco on 4 days in the building maneuver long drives with this group, because I don't think they're going to be able to do that. That would be what I would think would be the big change in comparison if they're playing Browning.
How will this impact your prize pick decisions as you move forward with those this weekend?
Well, I am going to go, I think tonight the Eagles are playing the Giants. I'm going to go more with their wideouts. They had that players-only meeting. The Giants can't cover anybody. I think they're going to have a big night. I think Jalen Hurts will have a big night. We'll get to our Packers-Bengals tomorrow, but I'll tell you what, it's just more fun. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash while watching your favorite teams. Which players are going to go off? Which ones are overhyped? You get to use your sports opinions, and you can turn it into real cash. And you can stack. You want to stack, you can use the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You want to pick more on Giannis now that Hoops is getting started. McGregor, if you want to get into a little hockey, or McDavid, you want to get into a little hockey. Not Mario Lemieux. Sid the Kid. You got the kid, the young kid down in Chicago.
He's like the oldest player in the league. You can't call him Sid the Kid anymore.
I can. You got Bedardzy, you got hockey, you got playoff baseball. You got everything at your disposal. Prize Picks, they also put their users first. Withdrawals are fast and safe and secure. Prize Pick offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Use the code WI, and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good.
To stumble through the read, but be right. We've all had those moments.
Oh, really? You're going to do that?
Necessary.
Huh? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait until you're talking about Stratfords and Avondale. Oh, I am good, because you have butchered that, and I have stayed back and not said a thing. But okay,
means a lot coming from you, Edinburgh.
Wow. Sometimes I wonder, Jason passes this off as being all jokey and funny. That was a little,
no,
was
it was definitely not.
That came from a mean-spirited
little jerkweed there.
It didn't. It was jerkweed.
It really
it was not
jerkweed.
mean-spirited, though. No. If I'd have gotten to finish the thought,
I think it's. I don't think you get to tell me if that was mean-spirited or not, though.
In fairness,
does he, Jesse?
Conor McGregor does not play hockey, in fairness to Jason.
Well, he is an MMA, and that's not available on Prize Picks, too. Maybe I went McVeigh. Maybe I went with him. You got it all. All the mix. You got mix.
McMuffin, McGill.
Right. I was totally wrong.
McGill. Give them it all. A McSpecial on Prize Picks tonight.
Well, you can stack it. You can stack
Instead
them up.
of the little goblin guy, there'll be like a 4-leaf clover. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
On your trip to Avondale.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Catholic Memorial football lives here.
To the outside, he's gonna sneak it in the end zone!
This Friday, the Crusaders are on the road against Wauwatosa East.
For the third time tonight, DWJ!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Friday at 7 on 94.5 ESPN and live video at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Whoa! What are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni. Both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray.
Dang! Woo! These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and I'm talking to you guys that have been sitting on the fence and possibly losing on your own betting on sports and thought it was too expensive to win. This is your week. $44 weekend at FatJackSports.com. What do you get? 4 college games, 4 NFL games, and 4 player props for only $44 Saturday and Sunday of this week. Want longer winners? Get all the plays through Monday and get the players props absolutely free. FatJackSports.com. Sign up today and win this weekend.
Hey, it's Gabe from Jen, Gabe & Chewy, and you've heard me talk about one of the most unique spaces in Milwaukee before. Of course, I'm talking about X-Golf inside American Family Field. And if you're in charge of putting together that holiday party this season, we'll start at xgolfamfanfield.com. They can host parties from 12 up to 200 people. Full menu, full bar, and catering options are available. Plus, an amazing space that overlooks AmFam Field. So what are you waiting for? Book today. Find out more at xgolfamfanfield.com.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app. Whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew, let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Packers come out of their bye week and they have 14 players on their injury report. Now, only 2 did not practice at all. Anthony Belton with an ankle injury and Devontae Wyatt with his knee injury. Neither of those players are expected to play on Sunday against the Bengals. Of the other 12, for me, it's all about Zach Tom and Aaron Banks. And I'm not convinced that they're both going to play. They were limited. They were limited yesterday.
Or are you opinion?
No, that's an opinion. I'm going to talk to, hopefully, Zach Tom today. I talked to him on Monday, and I shared what he said about how he felt really good, but he was blocking air, which is easy to block. A little harder to block Trey Hendrickson. So I don't know if he'll be cleared or if he will choose to play. Aaron Banks said something kind of weird in terms of his choice of phrase when he said, trying to make the most of the snaps that I'm getting in practice, which I don't know. No one followed up. The conversation turned.
Well,
that sounded to me like one of those things that you say when you're... Well, I don't jump the answer. A lot of people like almost borderline interrupt the guy when he's still answering the previous question. I don't like to do that. I like to let his answer breathe. And if you do that, you don't.
You couldn't tell with this 3-hour show that that's the case, but okay.
Are you kidding? Some people say that they listen to it on double time. So it goes really fast because I don't talk fast enough when I'm actually talking on the show.
So you think Banksy is getting platooned with
No, I didn't think of it that way. I thought more of they're working him back in. They don't think he's necessarily ready for this game. And so he's maybe even getting scout team reps to get some work in while they're getting enough reps for Jordan Morgan. Because, look, would you agree that when Jordan Morgan gets enough practice time at a position, he's played okay? Is that fair?
I'm not down on... By the way, I'm not down on Jordan Morgan like some folks are. He's a young player. He didn't get to play much last year. He moves well. He has got what you're looking for in an O-lineman. That's why you draft him in the first round. So when I just heard that makes me think, I guess I hadn't thought of the practice squad or the scout squad reps.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think that it could be like almost like a let's give you some time to get back. We'll platoon and let you and Jordan Morgan, and we'll figure it out. If Banksy goes out there, he's feeling good, and they're moving the ball and they're scoring. Maybe and Banks comes out, he's like, I feel good. They'll keep riding it. But during practice, you can't just say, "Oh, Banksy, you're feeling good," and then he goes. He hasn't finished a game yet.
Correct.
So you're going to leave yourself. You can't leave yourself. What is it? You can poop in one hand and whatever in the other hand. You better make sure
what in the other.
You want to make sure Jordan Morgan's available and ready and prepared in case that is. So I'm sure that is a cryptic quote. And when you just said that, my kind of little antennae went up and was like, that is interesting because normally you just say, yeah, I'm working to get back. I'm getting reps. And
exactly.
when you make it like that, it makes you think something's coming that's going to be a little negative, and I want to get out in front of it, and I'm going to say it in a cryptic way, and none of these reporters are going to follow up and get any more info, so we'll just have to play it by ear. That's what it heard. When you just said that's what it heard. That's what I heard.
Never have I faced more pressure for a read
Is he immunized?
than I am right now. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm not even gonna ad lib, and we're gonna see if I can get through it without a single mistake.
Go
much
get him,
like
old
Connor
T.
McDavid.
Go get him.
And
No,
Connor
it's not my
McGregor
deal. I don't want to
would
be
love for me to do that.
I want to be a supportive teammate.
You're a supportive teammate. Maybe you'd like to support me by joining me on July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from the Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL, the word travel, to 844-770-3776. That's 844-770-3776. Or just visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Nice. Crushed.
That's clutch.
You're perfect.
Edinburgh.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and when it comes to my home, I want a team that I can trust, and that's Lifetime Home Services. From cleaner air and radon safety to custom closets, window treatments, and home renovations, they do it all under one roof. What I'm most excited about right now is their epoxy floors. They make your garage clean, durable, and organized with shelving and storage options to get everything off the floor. For over 30 years, families just like ours have trusted Lifetime Home Services to make their homes safer and better looking. Trusted solutions, lifetime results. Schedule today at lifetimehomeservices.com.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and we roll on with our Packers conversation. For those of you like... Oh, I'm sorry. You need something?
No.
The heck was that?
Go Brewers.
Need a towel?
That's what that was.
For those of you who are like... Who's again? Crancy? Crusty?
Crancy.
Fancy Crancy. We'll shift back to the crew as our good friend Bill Schroeder will join us, who Jesse bumped into at a beer stand at the ballpark, because he's not calling any games because they're all national now. Why is that, by the way?
Yeah, we got to find a way. That's picking up momentum on social media. We got to find a way to get the local broadcasters to be part of the postseason broadcasts.
So
our guys like Levo, they're doing radio, right?
Yeah. So I was
working.
I was picking up, the girls had various practices last night, so I was in the car for a good chunk of the game. So I got Levo and Lane Grindle for much of the game because I was in the car for that much. And Levo dropped a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him. Reference on the bunt. Was that our guy, Petulant Pete, that tried that?
Petulant Pete did try a bunt at some point.
Yeah, late in the game.
Yeah, very petulant yesterday. Very petulant.
Yeah, petulant on the peninsula. He's a petulant
Didn't he hit
person.
a home run, too?
No, he had a two-run single.
Two-run single.
Big play in the first inning. He was feeling it yesterday.
Yeah. Him and his hoop earring that Barry Alvarez used to like.
Don't you think if you're going to squeeze, like the safety squeeze, if you're going to squeeze, do a suicide squeeze. No?
Do they still call it that?
The squeeze play. It's the squeeze.
Oh, we've got.
No, there's a safety squeeze and a suicide squeeze.
I know. Much like Rich Bisaccia calls the Gunners Flyers now, I was wondering if they had changed the nomenclature.
What did they change it to?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
The non-survival squeeze, or what?
The more dangerous squeeze. The unsafe squeeze. I don't know.
Right.
I was just curious. I asked a question. I'm sorry I did. Nevertheless.
Yeah, I assumed you had an answer when you asked that question. But my point is, if you're going to do that, and I know Murph after the game said you should have just went. Make the guy make a pickup, a throw, a catch, and a tag.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you're right. And Murph agrees with you.
That was another big play in that game, and that
was not Quinn Priester's fault.
As well as it needed to be.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said another example of what you were talking about earlier about Quinn Priester. It's not all his fault.
There's plenty of stuff, exactly. Yeah.
So you're a big Tucker Kraft guy, and not just because he's a big pickler guy. You like the cut of his jib.
I just like the way he approaches things. He's physical. He's tough. He's a G carrier. He's a big-time G carrier.
So he made a comment the other day where he basically said, our offense is better when I touch the ball at least once every drive, which felt like a little bit of a, he's right, but when you say it yourself, I'd rather hear Jordan Love say, we're better when we get Tuck the ball on every drive, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Am I being unfair?
Yes, you are being unfair. I think Tucker Kraft is a captain. He's elevating himself into becoming one of, if not the best, all-in tight end in this league. And I think I heard Orlovsky on Unsportsmanlike this morning talking about quarterbacks and kind of saying that Trevor Lawrence had to get built back up as a quarterback because of Urban and the staff buried him.
Yeah.
You need your players to go out on the field, especially your field tilters, and think, I'm the best, like old boy in Talladega Nights. I'm the best that ever was. I don't want my guys going out there and, you can fake humility if you want. Tucker Kraft thinks he's one of the best tight ends in the league, and he thinks he should get the football. And I don't have one problem in anything with him saying it. Now, go out and do it, but I don't think he's wrong.
I believe I said I don't think he's wrong. But, if Greg Jennings says that, especially at certain points of his tenure, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
Well, the good news is,
what are you saying?
What I am saying is someone said that to Jordan Love, and it resulted in Jordan Love saying what I wanted him to say instead of Tucker Kraft. Here's Jordan Love talking about how different the Packers' offense is when Tucker Kraft is more involved.
Yeah, I think anytime you can get Tuck the ball, I think good things happen. So he's definitely one of our best players, and I think when we get him the ball, like I said, good things happen. So I think we need to keep getting him the ball and trying to. But at the same time, sometimes things come up. Defenses got a plan to try and take certain guys away, things like that. So it might not always happen, but I do think good things happen when he gets the ball.
So he thinks good things happen when Tuck gets the ball. Tausch, do you know Tuck?
Just so I understand your mindset on this. What didn't you like about? You thought Tucker was not being humble enough when he said that?
I just thought that is the kind of thing that if your quarterback says it, I think it resonates more than me saying I need. Good things happen when I get the ball. That's all. More importantly,
would you have a problem with Jamar Chase saying that or Jay Jettis?
No.
So Tucker doesn't have the resume you want for him to say what he said.
Jamar Chase has 32 catches despite not playing with his
Jamar Chase is a stud. Yeah. My point when I brought up Trevor Lawrence was that you need to have that mentality. Like, you can be a nice player and you can be delusional. Like, I don't mind if you want to be delusional on the positive side of things, if that's how you feel. And I think Tucker's fine. He's feeling himself a little bit, and I think he is thinking, what a lot of us are thinking. The offense is really good when you find a way to get him the football. He breaks tackles. He turns up the field. It's just he is a difference maker. And Jordan Love's quote there pretty much, I guess, put a stamp on what Tucker said.
Agreed. Here's the issue that I have. He has 16 catches. Is that because they're not trying to get him the ball enough? Because
and he also busted his knee up, and we didn't even think he was going to play.
He played 80% of the snaps that game. Yeah.
No, I understand.
I actually have a point to this, believe it or not.
Oh, okay, good.
And that
Del Griffith said that makes everything more interesting.
Actually, I think Neil Page told Del Griffith that, if you want to be technical.
Thank you, corrector. I think, Jesse, put a little tally up. I'm going to, not intentionally, but it will happen. And just how many times Jason corrects me, because it's at 3 already, and we're only an hour 15 in. Okay, Jason, go ahead.
The question that I was driving at by bringing this up is Tucker Kraft as good as we think he is?
Oh.
And how good he thinks he is. Because if that's true, then they're not getting him the ball enough. They played 4 games. He has 16 catches. That is an average of 4 catches per game. He had the 6-catch, 124-yard game. In the other 3 games, he has a not-so-grand total of 101 total receiving yards. Now, is that because he's not as good as – because, look, let's be clear for the YouTubers and everybody else. I am a huge believer in Tucker Kraft. I was ahead of the curve on him. I think he's really good. But his numbers don't say I'm one of the best tight ends in football. Why is that? Why? Because if we're going to sit here and we're crowning him, and we've had some instances where we've crowned people earlier than we should have, including the Packers
premature
defense.
Crowning, huh? Some premature crowning.
I was trying to avoid that phrase, but yes, that's exactly what we're guilty of. My question is does he only have 16 catches because the Packers aren't doing enough of a good job to get him the ball, prompting him to say this, or is he not as good as we think he is? That's the question I wanted to ask. And I would argue that they're not doing a good enough job of getting him the ball frequently enough. That would be my position.
Okay.
Dead air.
So then why do you have a problem? Then I still don't understand why you have a problem with him saying it then.
Well, first of all, I don't know that he said it. A reporter posed that to Jordan Love. And I've never heard Tucker Kraft say it. So now I'm even more intrigued by this whole thing.
All right. So did we play sound of Tucker saying this, or is this back channel that you thought you heard. Because
we did not play sound of him saying this.
I
we
don't
played
care
Jordan Love.
either way. I want Tucker Kraft to be a dog, and I want him to want the ball. And from Green Bay's standpoint, you got a lot of mouths to feed. You got everybody wanting Matthew Golden to emerge. Agreed. Romeo Dobbs, he wants the ball. Wicks wants to be the guy. Heath, and then people are like, well, what's wrong with Musgrave? Why didn't he ever? Tucker Kraft has proven he had the big game against Washington, and then he has not really done a ton on the other stuff. He wants to get more opportunities to do that, and I think he should get more opportunities. Let's take a look and see if he can replicate what happened in that Washington game. I believe that this is more about there was talk. I mean, there was a panic after he hurt himself in that Thursday practice.
No doubt.
That he was going to miss time. And you can't just – I was shocked, so much so that I Steinhoffled Musgrave because I was convinced listening to y'all's reportage that he wasn't going to play, and he plays 86% of the snaps. That doesn't mean he's free flow and full-on ready to roll.
Hey, you're out there, you get judged. That's what I was told.
I'm not arguing that, but you're going to be judged, but that doesn't mean that my expectations, understanding that you got a knee. Now you had a week. You're rested. You probably got some pickleball in over at the Pickler up in Green Bay. Check it out. Now you go see, and C's fresh. Let's go. And if that is the case, I want Jordan Love finding him, and I do want Matt LaFleur to kind of figure out different, unique ways to get his guy, because wasn't long ago on this very show we were talking, this was pre-draft, this was pre-Golden, this was pre-injury to Jaden Reed. This offense going to run through its tight ends and Tucker Kraft in particular.
Right. A lot of two tight ends, we thought.
That's what the conversation was. And let's just put it this way. It wasn't just us two gabbing about it. It was people that you talked to that were talking and saying, yeah, he's our best player. This is what it's going to be. And just because you draft Matthew Golden, 23rd overall, Tucker Kraft's got a big old C on his chest. They want him to get the football, and I would bet in this next phase of offense, he is going to see it more, and I think he'll produce. So it's a very easy. They need to find different ways to get him the football.
All right, we need to get ready for Bill Schroeder, so we need to play trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
Today's trivia category, looking ahead to the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. Packers-Bengals through the years. A lot of memorable games played between these two teams, even though they don't play that frequently.
Packers, I bet I could, without looking at the show sheet, I bet I could give an answer right now.
I bet you could, so you better not.
I thought you look at the show sheet all the time, and that was just a miss.
I do.
Okay.
Antoine blank and blank. I wonder if that's on there.
Whoa, Nelly!
Caller 13 right now. Caller 13 for trivia. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 13 plays trivia after Tausch tells us about Kohler Services.
Indeed, with a refreshing offer for a new bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services, and this month only, get 0% financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Oh, my old pal Chris from Oostburg, one of their many skilled installers. They'll demo your existing bath or shower. We did that. Removes it, disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Trivia's next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
keep it to WTMJ as the Brewers fight their way to a pennant throughout the run of the playoffs. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Well, through 4 games in the NFL schedule, the Green Bay Packers special teams doesn't really qualify as stellar. Head coach Matt LaFleur says special teams needs to eliminate plays that swing the course of a game.
You can't have the catastrophic plays because they make such a big impact on the game of football. It's no different than, a turnover on offense or getting takeaways defensively.
We'll see if the bye week allowed the Packers special teams group to clean it up as they get ready to host the Cincinnati Bengals at Lambeau Field on Sunday. I'm Alex Strope.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Zero restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's got a Chevrolet that don't always run and the radio never turns down.
Can't wait to talk to Bill Schroeder, but we can't do that until we play trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is JJ in Dodgeville. JJ, good morning. How are you?
Hey, you guys. How you doing?
JJ, can I ask you a personal question?
You bet you can.
How old are you?
That's kind of personal.
That's very
57.
Okay. There's some history here in these questions, and I want to see what your chances were. I like your chances. Tausch, you participating in this? Do you have a sheet?
Yeah, I got question 2, just like the show sheet says. Yep.
Okay, thanks for reading. Question 1.
We
then,
always
JJ.
follow the show sheet exactly for trivia.
Indeed. Yeah, for sure. JJ, question number 1 is this. Brett Favre replaced an injured Don Majkowski in 1992 and threw the game-winning touchdown pass to complete a 24-23 comeback win against the Bengals. He also held for the extra point and took his hand off the ball before it was actually kicked.
I love you guys.
Which player caught the famous last-second touchdown pass? Was it Sterling Sharp, Kittrick Taylor, or Tucker Kraft?
Sterling Sharp. Kendrick.
Kittrick Taylor, famous catch 1992. Let's bounce back with question number 2. Tausch.
All right. Which of these statements is not true about the last time the Bengals and the Packers played? The starting quarterbacks were Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow. Mason Crosby finished the game 4 for 7, kicking field goals. Or Evan McPherson kicked a game-winning field goal as time expired in overtime.
Go they.
It's a hard question, too. Yes. Struggling. Correct answer, C. Evan McPherson kicked a game-winning field goal as time expired in overtime. What actually happened, Jesse?
Is it McPherson, or did I say it right, McPherson?
I thought we weren't going to correct him, Tausch. I thought you were a supportive teammate.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I thought it was.
Well, if you just said it right, I'd have got the question right.
Yeah. Jay. Yeah, Jay.
Tausch,
I didn't ask the question.
Tausch said it correctly. Evan McPherson is the
Send it up to the booth.
kicker for the Bengals. The Packers won that game despite Mason Crosby going 4 for 7 kicking field goals because he was 3 for 6 at one point, but eventually the Packers got the ball back and kicked the game winner in overtime. That was the one where they kept going back and forth. Everybody was missing field goals at the end of regulation and overtime.
I'm a little disappointed that the game in which Brett Favre had the ball taken out of his hand when Mark Tauscher was on the field did not make it onto these questions. JJ, last chance to bounce back here.
Well,
question 3.
All right.
If it was Dairy Queen guy that did it, I would have considered, but it was the Burger King guy, so we don't.
What's
it's
the
different.
No, never mind. All right, JJ, we got to get this one right. No pressure. Although pressure is a
no.
In which of these years did the Green Bay Packers most recently defeat the Cincinnati Bengals at Lambeau Field in a game that finished in regulation? The options are...
is right.
Yeah, 1992, 1995, or 1998. And I don't even know the answer to this.
Come on, JJ.
1992.
The golden sombrero.
Wow. A perfect day.
The imperfect trivia. 1995.
Yeah.
The correct answer, which is before I started covering the team. Antoine Odom with his 5 sacks in a game didn't make this trivia. The guy stealing the ball from Favre.
Jesse's right. There's a lot of good history with Bengals.
For as infrequently as the Packers and Bengals play, there are a lot of fun games.
Yeah. JJ, not so good history for you.
Not very fun for me.
Yeah, exactly.
JJ.
You got one entry, though, because you were the proper caller.
It only takes one.
Exactly. Thanks, JJ. We appreciate you.
You bet. Love you guys. Bye. Love you guys.
That was
JJ.
That was JJ. He went 0 for 3. We will talk to Bill Schroeder Ask him how many times. What was his worst game as a pro, you think? You think he had like a 4 strikeout game? Like JJ just did?
I'm sure he has. Yeah, that happens.
It happens to the best of them.
I would bet that he probably did.
Who had a rougher night, Priester or JJ?
Priester.
Yeah.
Bill Schroeder joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, driven.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Saturday, October 11th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Mentality is hosting a health fair at 2323 North Mayfair Road in Wauwatosa. Take a free cognitive test, the first of its kind FDA-approved brain health screening in just 10 minutes, and get labs with a donation. Plus amazing giveaways, and here's the best part. It all supports Ignite the Spirit, helping Milwaukee's firefighters and their families. Mentality clinics are backed by science and delivered with care. Mark your calendar for Mentality's Milwaukee Health Fair, Saturday, October 11th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Be there.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The shot clock's winding down, and Saturn Lounge scores at the buzzer. When your marketing needs a slam dunk, our team drives the lane with creative strategy, branding, websites, video storytelling, and marketing campaigns that win. We run the full court press in every engagement, pushing the pace, finding that open shot, and delivering the highlight reel results. Our Saturn Lounge team ensures that your marketing content and campaigns dominate like a champion. Don't settle for a turnover or a missed shot or a wasted possession. Let Saturn Lounge run your marketing game plan now. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and I'm talking to you guys that have been sitting on the fence and possibly losing on your own betting on sports and thought it was too expensive to win. This is your week. $44 weekend at FatJackSports.com. What do you get? 4 college games, 4 NFL games, and 4 player props for only $44 Saturday and Sunday of this week. Want longer winners? Get all the plays through Monday and get the players props absolutely free. FatJackSports.com. Sign up today and win this weekend.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. We help people solve tough tax and financial problems so they can move forward with clarity and confidence in their business or personal lives. Our why is simple: to make a real difference for people who feel stuck, frustrated, or ignored, and give them the tools they need to succeed. We helped Nate fix the tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him over $103,000 in penalties and over $152,000 in taxes by knowing what the tax law was. We saved many marriages by tax planning with couples so they lowered their tax owed on April 15th. Imagine the stress lifted off their shoulders after they talked with us. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see how we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
A man who joined Jesse Nelson at a beer stand at AmFam Field. A guy who I would argue, of all my bobbleheads, this one of Bill Schroeder as like 1970s John Travolta dancing guy is one of the GOATs. Also one of the GOATs when it comes to calling Brewers games as the color analyst. He's the man behind Brewers fantasy camp and the greatest assistant girls varsity basketball coach in Martin Luther High School history. It is Bill Schroeder on Wilde Tausch. Billy, how you doing, Rock?
Oh, what an intro, man! You can send me a tape of that anytime I have a speaking engagement. I'd like to use that. That's fantastic. Wow.
Well, we love you around here.
Yeah, well, the Martin Luther assistant basketball coach was one of my finest hours. It was a way for me to get ready for spring training back in the old days.
More importantly, it made us all feel cool because we had a Major League Baseball player in our high school, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to make you feel crummy. We just had our trivia contestant go 0 for 3 on the questions. Did you ever have one of those games where you went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts?
Of course I did. Yeah, I mean, my first ever game at Yankee Stadium. I think it was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. And the one time I did put the ball in play, it was a swinging bunt, right back to the pitcher, and I couldn't have been happier about it. So, but yeah, I struck out a little bit. I was one of those guys that I didn't take the 2-strike approach very well. So it's kind of like the guys these days. I would have been.
I was gonna say that's the new age guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, home runs, walks, and strikeouts. I mean, the 3 results that everybody's looking for these days.
The result that we are looking for is to hear you more often on the call in the playoffs with all of our favorite play-by-play guys. Jesse would like to, after he's done having a beer with you at the beer stand, which, by the way, what did you think when you do you bump into random people all the time? Did you even know who Jesse was? Were you sure who he was? I know he introduced himself to make sure you weren't in an awkward spot. How did that interaction go?
Well, I know the name. I know that he calls and sets these things up and stuff like that. But the face kind of escaped me initially. But once he said his name, I knew exactly who it was. But I was down there. I was down at the Kraft beer stand. Before the game, hooking up with some friends. We had some friends that were at the ballpark. And I was down there, and it's amazing. People come by, and it's like a half an hour before the game. And I've got a beer in my hand, and people want to take pictures. I mean, you have time. I know you got to get back to the booth and do the game. I mean, ordinarily I would not be in the concourse drinking beer a half an hour before a telecast.
No,
I'm not. Not back in the old days. The 50s and 60s, where guys would imbibe a little bit as the game went on. So, no, it was fun. It was a good time down there. I mean, ran into a lot of folks and took pictures and signed autographs and had a couple of beers. I mean, I had a couple of people actually buy me a beer. That was
nice.
Even better.
Jesse buy you one?
So I was kind of hoping Bill would buy me one.
No, it was kind of, we just kind of scraped paint and he just kept going. So, but no, it was nice. I enjoyed that. I did not go to game 1. Went to game 2. I'm not in Wrigley, actually. I'm at home. So, I'll probably end up going to game 5 if necessary. I hope that's not necessary. So, but I will be at that game for sure.
So I have admitted that I am nervous. I was nervous about them even facing the Cubs, and then they got up 2-0, and I was thinking, okay, I was totally wrong about this. And then last night happens, and now we don't know what the plan is for today in terms of how they're going to pitch this. Tell me why I shouldn't be worried, Rock.
I think what you're thinking is of past Brewer teams that didn't do well in the this is a completely different unit and a different group of guys. I mean, this pitching staff and this defense is next to none. I mean, they are outstanding. I mean, the Brewers bullpen has been unbelievable, in this series. The Cubs had 4 runs in the first inning. And in the rest of the game, 7 innings, they shut him down. The bullpen's been great, And in game 2, Murph decided to go with a bullpen game. He starts with Ashby and then a long line of guys coming through the game, and they ended up winning that game handily. So I'm not concerned at all. I mean, it is awfully difficult to sweep any team. I mean, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the Colorado Rockies that lost, well over 100 games. But when you're in the playoffs and, you're competing with the best teams in baseball, it's awfully difficult to sweep. I'm very confident about, tonight's game. I think the guys are going to come back, start swinging the bats again. But as long as you've got the pitching and the defense that the Brewers have, they're always going to be in games. They were a couple of hits away from winning yesterday.
So, Rock, not that Murph is calling you today, but he has not announced yet, at least that I know of, who's going to pitch. You obviously got Freddie available. What would you do if you were in Murph's shoes tonight?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the bullpen game, it worked pretty well in game 2. I would say I would, if I were Murph, and I'm not Murph, and I don't pretend to be as smart as Murph, but I would save Freddie for a potential game 5. There's no doubt about that. I know they would like to put the Cubs away here, but I think the way the Brewers bullpen has been, I mean, you can go a long laundry list of different pitchers that you can go through right now. But I would give Freddie a little bit extra time, to pitch. They have not announced a starter. I mean, publicly, I've even texted some of my inside guys, and they said we don't know who he's going to put out there on the mound today. So it worked pretty well. It worked pretty well last time. I'm talking about guys that normally, if they would know who's pitching tonight, they would tell me. They don't know. So he's keeping that pretty close to the vest. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be another bullpen game because it worked pretty well in game 2.
Outside of Ashby and giving up the 3-run home run, we had a fan kind of say, well, the Cubs have been so good in the first inning in this series.
Crancy.
That's when they've scored of Crancy a bunch of their runs. What if you go McGill to start the game to kind of snuff this first inning stuff out that the Cubbies are doing? What do you think of that plan?
No, I don't think that's a really good plan. I think that I would not be. I'm glad you're not managing, by the way. So having McGill start the game, I'm not really in on that. There's a lot of different guys that you can go with. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they started Ashby again. I mean, Aaron has been fantastic. I mean, he made the one bad pitch to Suzuki, and he hit the ball out of the ballpark. And but other than that, I mean, this guy when he's on, he's fantastic. But this entire bullpen, this pitching staff has been great all season long. I'm very confident they're going to be able to get the job done no matter what Murph decides to do. I think that he's grinding over the fact that how he wants to get through the game. I think if Freddie was the starter tonight, and I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, he would have announced that already. So, we'll see. We'll see how he does it. He has been a wizard all season long. It's been amazing the decisions that he and the baseball ops people have made, and I'm confident about tonight's game. My only problem is, am I going to be able to stay up for the whole game? It's an 8:00 start.
That's late.
I'm in bed.
It's a late start.
I'm starting to crawl up the stairs at about 9:15, 9:30. So we'll see.
Talking with Bill Schroeder on Wilde Tausch. In all seriousness, and we're all advancing ages on this program, except for Jesse, who's a night owl. I still don't get the other game is in L.A. and they're starting at like 3:00 local time there. What are we doing?
I don't know what baseball's thinking. I mean, it's a West Coast game. I mean, it makes sense to start that game later. Have the Brewers maybe have a 4:00 start. I'm not sure what is involved in making those decisions. I know that there's a lot of games still going on right now. So we'll see. But I agree. Who was it that started at 9:00 at night? I mean, that was a Philly game, wasn't it? 9:00 Eastern time the other night.
Yeah, I thought it was the Yankees that started at 9, and that's why the game didn't end until after midnight Eastern.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, you're right. That's crazy.
Bill, we teased Jesse about his workload, and now he's trying to get you to work more because he and many fans would like there to be a local telecast of the playoff games. Would you rather be at the Kraft beer stand with Jesse, drinking beer and signing autographs, or would you like to? Is there a little FOMO that you're not getting to call these games because it is a really fun time of the year, obviously?
It's a bummer. I mean, you do these games all season long. My games are down to 60 these days, but still, you're with the team and you're following the team. You know what's going on, and all of a sudden, the postseason hits, and then you're sitting in the stands, you're watching it at home, and it's kind of a bummer. I would love to be able to do postseason baseball. I know that the only way you can do that now is on the radio. But,
we know some people. Are you interested?
What kind of radio are you talking about? You talking about game, doing play-by-play or color for the actual game?
So I'll tell you this. I was
call-in shows. I'm not doing that.
Well, no. Doing our show is plenty of that. I understand you're scarred when you're done. You need a break from it.
Rock and I hanging out at my basement doing a live stream of the game. Hell yeah.
The Jesse Nelson podcast.
That's when you know it's time to call it, Rock, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not into taking calls and stuff. I'm afraid of what I would respond to some of the people, so I'll keep those opinions to myself.
This would be the opposite of your idea of a fantasy camp. No,
yeah, right, yeah.
I was listening. I was telling the guys earlier. I was in the car, and obviously 620 WTMJ, our sister station, is the flagship. 100.5 ESPN Madison here has the games. Our Beaver Dam station, WBEV 95.3 has the games. And I was listening, and I love Jeff Levering. He's been a great friend of the show as well. He does a great job. Lane Grindle does a great job. But when the two of them are together, because they're not doing any TV, Levo's not doing TV either, they're kind of doing it together a little bit, but it's mostly just letting the guy talk. And I was thinking this, I swear to you, before Jesse even mentioned it today, I was like, why don't they get Rock in the booth to do color on the radio? So he's at least doing something, because your insights are valuable. Yeah. So do you want us to talk to some people? We can pull some strings. We got power around here.
Give the Brewers a call. Tell them I would do radio. I would do some color on the radio if that's what you guys feel like you want me to do. I would love to do that, by the way.
Okay, we're bringing people together.
So maybe we can get a petition going on. What do we need? About 500,000 signatures?
Yes, I'm going to go door to door with my little clipboard.
Yeah, I think it's an absolute bummer that the TV guys. Brian has the opportunity. He does network stuff. I mean, he deserves it. I've been watching him and all that. But me and Vinny and Dillard, we just kind of we're in the stands. Not that that's a bad thing, but you kind of miss doing the games. You look at the game so much different. I'm sitting in my house watching a game. I say things I would never imagine saying on the air. I'm not saying that a lot.
Can you give us one example, Rock?
I cannot. Because a lot of it is, so it's profane.
He'd like to keep
language,
doing it next year.
This is why we need a live stream during the game.
I'm screaming watching the game, and it's like, I wish I should do that. My last game, maybe it would be my last game if I did this on TV. But, yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. I love the Brewers. I mean, I was a Brewer player. I've been doing this for 31 years. Love the players. The fans have been great. I'm invested. Particularly when I'm at my house and I'm watching a game. I mean, my wife, she'll hear me screaming and yelling downstairs. And, sometimes I wish I could do it on the air.
All right, Rock, we always appreciate your time. I had one last thing I wanted to ask you before we let you go. I saw Pat Murphy talking about he was talking with Bob Costas, who Tausch is a big fan of, and they were.
Is he really?
No, I was being facetious.
Okay.
But he's a little smug sometimes. But he asked him about. He asked Murph about like how fundamentally sound this team is and how it's kind of got an old school feel, and Murph kind of turned the conversation around and instead talked about the people and the connectivity that this team has and how it's different. And I'm just curious, having been around, you just mentioned 31 years broadcasting, before that playing. Like, everyone talks about chemistry and culture and all that stuff. Is this team different? Like, is it vastly different than teams you played on or teams that you called games for earlier? Like, is there something special about the people component about this team from what you've seen?
No, there's no doubt. I mean, I think every one of these guys, I mean, they're all quality individuals. There's not a player on this team that is not a great guy. I mean, they all love each other. They pull for each other. You know, you got Bowers, you got Hoskins. He didn't even make the roster for this series, but you know, they all pull for each other, and they're all, you know, Pat Murphy and the coaching staff and Matt Arnold have these guys, you know, buying into the philosophy. They call, you know, I love the way Murph called them the woodpeckers. They keep pecking away at you. They're you know, 6, 7, 8 pitch at bats, and they never feel like they're out of an inning. I mean, how many times? I mean, all the runs that they scored in Game 2 were with 2 outs, right?
Yep.
I mean, and you know, they had the 3 home runs, and you know, I'll tell you what, that Andrew Vaughn game, that home run in the first inning in Game 2. I mean, that if he doesn't hit that home run, that is a completely different game the rest of the way. So that not only was a game changer, but it could be classified as a series changing home run. So yeah, this is a different team. It's a lot of young guys. You know, the 18 team that went to the NLCS was a veteran team. The 82 team, a bunch of veteran guys. These guys bust their butts, you know, and you guys got like Sal Frelick. I mean, making that catch that he made yesterday, incredible stuff. I mean, he's been off the charts. Everyone, Terang and Durbin, and you know, but it all starts with a guy like Christian Yelich, a veteran guy that's been an MVP. He's done just about everything in baseball except for winning a World Series. He's into it. He's bought into the Pat Murphy thing. And Murph's been outstanding. He knows how to handle young guys, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he spent a lot of his coaching career in college dealing with young players. Tough love, pat on the back, whatever it might take. But that's kind of a long-winded way to say, yes, this is a different team, and I think you can expect more out of this team than you had in the past.
Rock, I will get you a recording of your introduction for future speaking engagements. We will talk to the powers that be. If we can get you in the booth, get warmed up, start drinking some tea, see if we can get you into the radio booth for the NLCS if and when they advance. And we'll probably be bugging you for the Jesse Nelson Basement podcast at some point as well.
Yeah, off air, I'll give you the phone number of the guy to talk to about getting me on radio. So, okay.
I will. I mean it when I say it. I am all in on this. I would love to do it.
Right,
so
guys.
just send me the owner's number. I'll take care of it. That is Bill Schroeder. We love him. He is a great friend to us, and I don't really have that much power, but I think that it's a great idea, and it would be great if we actually accomplished that. We do have some people we can talk to about it.
And you know what? A lot of times the simplest answer is the right one, and the fact that Pat Murphy hasn't named Peralta the starter, I think Rock's going to be right, and I think it is going to be Ashby and not McGill. He couldn't have been more dismissive of Crancy's idea with McGill than he was.
He was very dismissive.
Quick. Is it something that we don't usually have on this show? Quick and decisive and right to the point. That was what rocked.
Nah, I think that's a terrible idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Crancy. Poor Crancy.
He'll never contribute to the show again.
He's the new Hatch. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Sweetest Day is coming up, and ESPN Milwaukee wants to make sure you're equipped to make the special someone in your life extra happy with the Welke Sweetest Day giveaway. From now through October 16th, head to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register for your chance to win a Sweetest Day prize pack, a bouquet of flowers from Welke's Milwaukee Florist, a $100 St. Kate gift card, and a one-night stay at the St. Kate. All that could be yours to share with the sweetest one in your life. Just go to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register and for full contest details.
At Great Midwest Bank, we've been serving Southeast Wisconsin homeowners for 90 years. Wait, 2025 minus 1935, 90 years. Wow. In our 90 years as a community bank, we've learned a lot about the values of the people who live and work here and appreciate the loyal customers that have made Great Midwest Bank who we are today. Find a location at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With zero sugar, zero carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
That was a huge moment for Aaron Judge last night. He has been what we hoped he would be so far this postseason. He needed this. He was due. His postseason OPS is more than 250 points lower than his OPS during the regular season. We have been waiting for Aaron Judge to be the best hitter on the planet on the biggest stage. And he did it last night. He saved the season for the New York Yankees. But my question is, can you really have your Yankees moment in the DS? For Aaron Judge, does it have to be in the World Series on the way to winning a World Series, which the Yankees have not done in his tenure, in order for it to really count? Because I'm watching this last night. It was such an incredible moment. You let it wash over you. And then I think, if they lose this series, will it matter? Will the narrative around him really change? Does the DS matter when you're the best player on the New York Yankees?
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Thanks, as always, to Bill Schroeder. We are always smarter when we talk to him. And we always have a lot of fun in the process as well. Tough performance for him in the Bronx. That 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts and a bouncer back to the pitcher that he was excited about making contact on. But he's so good.
Getting multiple texts, by the way, on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line saying I would sign that petition to get him in the booth.
I'm not, as much as I would like to pretend like I'm important, I understand that I am not. But we do know people who are important.
I mean, in fairness, you just offered up a job that I wasn't sure you had the authority to.
I don't think I offered him up a job. I think I suggested.
Check the tape, Jesse.
I did offer him to do a podcast with me, a live stream watching the game.
Yeah,
and he shot that down as fast
like,
as Crancy's idea.
Yes,
better chance of McGill starting tonight, according to Rock.
Don't blame him. All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour, and apparently I have some text to send. I'm happy to ask the question. I do not have any power to actually make it happen, and I know that. But there are people
Rock
that do.
and Dillard and Jesse doing I know KBN did
Players
a watch
only
along,
like you did.
A watch along on ESPN Hawaii, and it was a big success. You could add that in. I think there's a lot of ways because I think Rock wants to go and just shoot from the hip. I don't think he wants to be under FCC regulations. I think he wants to just sit there in his chair. Jesse could be in. They don't even have to be in the same house, and it could just go. I think that'd be fun.
Having been in the same house with Jesse for a show, do you recommend that approach?
Yeah, I'd go back. I know Becca has banned me, but because I opened their freezer, even though that Jesse said
on
go
YouTube,
around and show the house off.
You opened the one door that was closed. You said, let's go through that door and see what happens.
I could see how that would be controversial.
That's what happened. It's not like it went in your bedroom and started. I didn't do any of that. It was in a meat locker.
You literally walked up to the bedroom and said, so that's where the magic happens.
Brewers magic. Yeah, get your towel.
Magic brew. Yeah, magic brew.
That's it.
That's exactly what
you're referring to. Get your mind out of the
to.
gutter all the time there, old boy.
I don't remember having that towel in July. Yeah.
All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour. I need to tell you about Associated Bank. They're the bank of the Brewers. You get Brewers checking. You've got the Associated Bank gate at AmFam Field. If there were to be a Game 5, you could go through it. But most importantly, if you're an Associated Bank customer, you get the great customer service that we all love about them. Whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection, they've got you covered. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde Tausch in the 11 o'clock hour, and it starts in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. And I know Jesse wants to get to these power rankings, but I'll be honest. I looked at the injury report yesterday, and I saw Brandon McManus's name on it, and I thought, okay, well, that's odd. I wonder if he hurt himself. He was on there with a right quadriceps injury, that is his kicking leg. And I thought, well, I wonder if he, dinged himself up a little bit making those tackles in the Dallas game. Rob Domofsky tweeting 2 minutes ago, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said kicker Brandon McManus's quad injury is not from the tackles he made in the Dallas game, but LaFleur called it, quote, a major concern right now. We'll see how he is today and tomorrow, and we'll have a plan. Not great, Bob. What do you make of that, old boy?
No, I mean, the special teams has been this season already, and that's with a kicker that you trust and a punter that you trust. McManus has obviously been awesome since he's been here. He's made a vast majority of his kicks that haven't been blocked. I think he hasn't missed much. But now you start talking about a quad. That's a big deal. And now you're looking at it, where are we at next? Like, what is next? Who's there? Isn't it that
the Irishman
you did a big story on? And you're going to Ireland. So, I mean, what a deal, right?
No.
This thing could actually work out well for you, but maybe not for the G&G. I think it's a big concern because you feel like you have issues that you want to address with your offensive line and other things, and your special teams units have been
poopy.
Not good, I guess would be the nicest way to put it. And when you add another wild card in, again, we'll see where he's at, but Matt LaFleur on a Thursday saying major concern, that should make most Packer fans, that ain't good at all.
I'm trying to think of a time where there was a few times where there were they played musical chairs with punters. There was a guy named Ryan Flynn who had been literally bartending the previous Sunday. It was in that memorable 2005 season, I believe, when the best 4-12 team in NFL history went out there, and Ryan Longwell misses a kick, and I remember him saying that I don't want to blame Ryan because he's new to this, but that the ball was still spinning as he kicked it on the hold. So that's not what you're looking for. So there's been some sudden change punting scenarios. I'm trying to think. I think I remember Mason Crosby having to punt in a game once or twice.
Okay.
But I don't know if I can recall a situation where they had to go, like, get a guy out of his home, not off the street, but out of his home to kick for them on a Sunday. They do only have 51 players on their active roster, by the way. So if they needed to pick up I think Anders Carlson's available. If they needed to grab someone who's currently not on a roster.
Story arc.
Right.
That'd be a good story arc.
If he makes a kick.
Hey.
It wouldn't be a good story arc if he comes in and goes 0 for 2.
Oh, no,
what
you're
do you
right
think
about
Dallas
that.
would want for Aubrey?
Wait, we're going to trade for him?
Listen, I was going to bring this up today, not for kickers, obviously, but Trade-a-Palooza's coming. The NFL has turned into the NBA when it comes to trades.
A couple trades yesterday.
The Browns have traded 3. They've had 4 trades since the season started.
Well, they're all with the Jaguars.
There's been a lot of Jaguars, for sure. But Shefty on Unsportsmanlike earlier this week said that he thinks there's going to be 12 to 10 to 12 and maybe even more trades. And we're not even, we still got a couple weeks before the trade deadline. And if this is a major concern, you want to address it. And the thing about kicking is there's always kickers out there. That's the one spot you feel good about having tryouts and bringing guys in. But at some point, depending on where this thing is, and again, we don't want to spiral this thing too far, but that's some strong language from Matt LaFleur. When you're studying how he operates, that ain't good. It ain't good at all.
Apparently, he injured it during practice yesterday. So, for what that's worth, that's where it came from. The Irishman that I referenced earlier is Mark McNamee. And while he was a good story in training camp, with all his travails of getting to the country and everything else, I don't think you necessarily want him with 0 NFL experience to be kicking in a game that counts in the standings. That's just me. So we'll see what their plan is. I'm sure they have somewhere. I'm sure they have emergency lists, right, of guys that they would consider. In the preseason, McNamee was 2 for 3 on extra points and 1 for 2 on field goals. So he was 3 out of 5 on the 5 game kicks he had in his NFL debuts. So this is not positive at all.
No, it is not. Nope.
That was really all that it appears Matt LaFleur had to say of note during his morning press briefing before practice here. Devontae Wyatt will not practice again, so he ain't playing this week. Anthony Belton is not playing this week. Zach Tom is going to practice again. We'll see what he does. I am still skeptical, and maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, really? Okay.
I again, you had the line, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, the game room's closed. Fool me 3 times, we're really not doing this," or however you finished the third one. I can't remember.
Well, I was actually hoping you said it right because then I would remember it. Because I remember the first 2. I do remember saying something yesterday that was really, I thought, clever. But then
it was good.
That wasn't it.
So good that none of us remember it. I'll have to check the tape. But the bottom line is that they cannot have a repeat of Cleveland. And I do want to ask Zach because his plan, he said on Monday, his plan was to crash into LVN and Micah Parsons so he could see how it felt. Because he did not do that the Friday before the Browns game, and then he got whacked by Myles Garrett, and it was like, oh boy, that really hurts, and he could not continue. All right, we got some more things we want to get to. We can't do that, though, until Tausch tells us about Jones Dairy Farm.
Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned and operated for 7 generations, right here in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, all the way back to 1889. And you know what? Everybody wants to eat clean. You don't want to have fillers and nitrates and MSG. You don't want all that stuff. Well, Jones Dairy for years. We just had a fun little deal with Philip, and we were discussing. I wanted the formula. I wanted that recipe for that all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. It's also available in pork, chicken, and turkey. He wouldn't give it to me. Maybe next time he will. But you can get it at all kinds of different grocery stores. Check the website's product finder at jonesdairyfarm.com to find all that. Of course, that great bacon and the meatballs and the Braunschweiger, everything that they got. Jones Dairy Farm, a great Wisconsin company.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We'll see you next time? Where did you want me to go?
Not another dead air, no.
He is a dead air. He is a dead air guy all of a sudden. Like, what
Jones
else
Dairy Farm,
how else
a
should I
great
have ended
Wisconsin
that?
company. Okay, I guess he's done.
God. Boy, it must be great from the cheap seats, Ricky, because you got all the answers. I couldn't have decrescendoed my voice. I said it. I thought you'd go into something, so I'll tease it out instead. We've been a lot of criticisms of Rich Bisaccia. Since I don't want the dead air. A lot of criticisms of Rich Bisaccia. There might be somebody. I heard a great idea from someone from the state of Wisconsin in a big-time leadership position. I would love to see Rich or whomever implement with the G&G this special teams operation. I'll tell you who that is and what it is next on Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Sweetest Day is coming up, and ESPN Milwaukee wants to make sure you're equipped to make the special someone in your life extra happy with the Welke Sweetest Day giveaway. From now through October 16th, head to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register for your chance to win a Sweetest Day prize pack, a bouquet of flowers from Welke's Milwaukee Florist, a $100 St. Kate gift card, and a one-night stay at the St. Kate. All that could be yours to share with the sweetest one in your life. Just go to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register and for full contest details.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Homer here. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching the game from your backyard, every fan knows great moments deserve great vibes. Swing into Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Just across the Wisconsin border, they offer a full line of high-quality, clean-green, certified CBD products designed to help you relax, recover, and recharge no matter the season. Higher Love is organically grown, locally owned, and proudly one of the best in the Midwest. Visit them in Menominee or explore the full CBD lineup at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle, so rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and I'm talking to you guys that have been sitting on the fence and possibly losing on your own betting on sports and thought it was too expensive to win. This is your week. $44 weekend at FatJackSports.com. What do you get? 4 college games, 4 NFL games, and 4 player props for only $44 Saturday and Sunday of this week. Want longer winners? Get all the plays through Monday and get the players props absolutely free. FatJackSports.com. Sign up today and win this weekend.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Love me to my bones. All this time I wasted. You were right there all along. You and I start gazing into.
You know, I hate to be that guy after such an outstanding tease that piqued my interest. But unfortunately for you, we have more. Not just the Brandon McManus quadriceps. We've got even bigger breaking news right now.
Oh, baby, now this is some breaking news.
It is certainly some breaking news. Jesse, tell them.
Per MLB.com, Brewers reporter Adam McCalvy, Freddie Peralta.
Just wait. McCalvy?
Yeah.
Or McGill? Oh, McCalvy. Oh.
Really?
McCrancy.
Yeah. I can't take McCalvy in my McPrize picks tonight. But, yes, Freddie Peralta is starting Game 4 at Wrigley Field tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers on the mound. Fastball Freddie gets the nod on the bump for Game 4. All in. Murph pushing the chips. Let's go.
This makes me much more jittery now for tonight's game.
Oh. You're more jittery with your horse on the mound than if you saved him for Game 5 and you had a bullpen game? Explain yourself.
So, he's our horse, as you put it. As Jesse so greatly researched, his split is 2-run differential home and away. And if we don't get it done tonight, all right, we got a bullpen game. The bullpen game at home. That is much more to me of a dice roll than this. So I don't listen, man. I trust Pat Murphy. I do want to finish this thing, but there's that nice little in Tommy Boy when there's that little thing on the box that makes you sleep at night. If we don't get it done tonight, you feel like, well, we got Freddie at home, full rest, we're good. On Saturday. Now, you don't get it done tonight. It's what are we going to – we don't know what we got. Is it going to be another 3 innings of Miz? Going to be Ashby? Then how do you approach tonight with how long you're going to go? Like, there's a lot of variables. Again, he is our best. You always want to have your best out there when you can. This was a unique scenario. And like Jesse just said, the chips are out on the table. They were just pushed. Pat Murphy is putting it out there. And now we'll see if we're taking in a big old jackpot or if we got to scramble and reboot come Saturday.
I'm fascinated, though, by the fact that you are now more nervous than you were. With
it's
Freddie
all in
Blank and Peralta
all
on
in.
the mound.
Yeah, we're all in. This is it. Okay.
Oh, this isn't
and that's great.
It's not
listen,
it.
I agree. Like, you're doing it. This is a big one tonight, because Saturday you always are going to feel better with your guy on full rest, all the things
at
I
home.
just said. Big split, as Jesse pointed out. This game's magnitude it went up another notch.
Crescendoed
with the fact that with Freddie pitching. It doesn't mean that you can't win on Saturday, but it does mean Freddie ain't going to be there on Saturday. We don't have our little security blanket. And all right, let's go. Let's close up shop. Let's do it. I'm all in. But that means the stakes were raised, and your heartbeat goes up, and all the things that happen when you push more chips in the table. It's not the same as if you put your mini blinds in and everybody folds and you collect your little baby pot. This, everybody's in. Cubs are all in. We're all in. We're not all in, but, man, we pushed a lot of chips in. All right, let's do it. Let's go.
Jesse? Has Tausch made you nervous with his nervousness? Nervous energy, some might say.
I have nervous energy for every game, so that, you know me. I think this is the smart move. I think there's a difference in mentality when you're the underdog looking to prolong the series as best you can and give yourself a chance versus being the top dog and playing to win and put the hammer down. And the way that Murph played Monday night, game 2, by going bullpen and saving Priester, that ended up being a way to try to put the hammer down at Wrigley with Priester in game 3, and now the option for Freddie tonight. I love it. I think it's the mentality you need to have when you're the number 1 seed. You're playing to win, just like the Blue Jays last night against the Yankees. You play to be the top dog all regular season long, so you have an opportunity to go win a game like this. And you put your horse out on the mound if he's rested and healthy and good to go. He is. And then if you win tonight, it sets you up well for the NLCS also, with having a few days off and Freddie being able to pitch in a few games there. So I think looking at the big picture, looking at the immediate need, everything works well to have Freddie Peralta pitching tonight. So I am in.
Is the ante upped?
The ante is up on tonight's game, yes. That's the way it should be, though. We shouldn't be looking at this like, all right, well, let's save him for Game 5. There shouldn't be a Game 5. The Cubs got their one yesterday. There shouldn't be a Game 5, and that's what the message Murph is sending.
Yeah,
is there shouldn't
all
be
right,
a Game 5.
Jesse's got me fired up. All right, Andy's up.
And the Cubs will counter with Matthew Boyd.
Any relation to Oil Can Boyd?
Not from what I can tell, but I would never rule that out because I don't know enough about his lineage. I know his nickname is Matty B.
Him and Bruce Hurst. Remember that old staff back in the 80s? Bruce Hurst, lefty. Obviously Roger. Calvin Schiraldi,
I was just going to see if you would go Calvin Schiraldi.
It's honestly amazing. We made it a week in the baseball playoffs before we just started naming guys from 80s and 90s baseball. But
apparently Matthew Boyd is a distant relative of Bob Feller.
Oh.
According to his bio, much like Darian Kennard is a distant relative of Dolly Parton, who apparently is doing better than we feared. So that's good.
Yeah, we were nervous yesterday. Had some.
Saw that.
Yeah, Dolly put a report out. That was good.
Is Boyd there
he's their guy? He and Imanaga were supposed to be their 1-2, and we made them look
Didn't
foolish.
go so hot.
Yeah.
He lasted 2/3 of an inning in that opener in Game 1, so he should be well rested. We'll see what he does tonight.
Horse on horse tonight. Horse and horse.
2 horses horsing around.
Can we sneak a phone call in here? Because we got somebody.
Is it from Bill Schroeder?
It is not. I could call him back if you want me to. We could do a podcast.
I don't think he's interested. From what I could tell.
We've got a theory from a fan who decided.
A fan theory?
Yes. And I know
so like fan fiction?
Kinda.
Is it Crancy?
It's not Crancy.
Did Crancy call?
Well, I don't know what Mark in a Truck's last name is. It might be Crancy, but as far as I know, it's not him.
Crancy's had a tough go. We were all kind of giving him the chance to say, that's interesting.
Great idea by Crancy.
Until Bill Schroeder came on. Mark in a Truck, great to hear from you.
How you doing, Jason?
Yeah, I was starting to wonder about you. It's been way too long. I hope you're in good health.
No,
jeez.
I just want to say, Jason, been listening to you now for going on 20 years.
Yeah.
And I can say that you're the best, and not once have I said, well, that was a waste of time listening to you. There, I gave you a compliment.
Thank you. You probably missed a few shows when you could have said that, though.
You didn't listen last Friday, did you?
He didn't say that about Tausch, I just noticed.
I did notice that.
So, Mark, how you feeling about this?
I'm going to say that because this is Freddie's regular day of work in between starts, he's going to go one inning and pitch on Game 5. Then they're going to bring in Gasser. They're going to bring in Miz and Ashby.
Ooh, wow! Are you related to Crancy? Because this is basically the Crancy concept, but with your horse. I love this idea.
Interesting idea.
But all I can say is, I am a 16th generation relative of the greatest president in the world, Rutherford B. Hayes.
Wow. We learned something new on Wilde Tausch.
Old Uncle Ruthie, he was a good guy. That was his wife's name, too, Aunt Ruthie.
Oh, wow. It could get confusing on the birthday card.
That's interesting. That'd make it easy.
Yeah, we just used the same one.
There you go. So, there you go. Mark, great to hear from you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Say hi to Paula and say hi to the girls, and I listened to them grow up.
You're the best, man.
So,
Thank you for your
have fun,
loyalty.
Jay.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
And thanks for the idea. What do you think? This is not. I understand that Crancy got poo-pooed, so maybe we need to call Rock back and ask him if we need to poo-poo Mark in a Truck's idea. In fairness, Rock was wrong when he said they weren't announcing their starter. They would have if it was Peralta, and then shortly thereafter it is Peralta.
Yeah,
what do you think
wrong.
of this theory? It's the same concept. Get through the first inning with somebody who's good.
Yeah, no, I think once he goes, he's going. So, no, I understand it. I think it would be incredibly clever.
Be bold.
And it gives you an opportunity that if your team is, you bullpen this thing up, you get him. He's going to throw a bullpen anyways on his fourth, today.
Right.
I love the concept of it, but I think once you make this call, you're going with Freddie, and if Freddie is humming, you're going to keep rolling with him. Try to close this thing up and then move it along and not have to play a Game 5.
Yep. I think you're right. Just like you're right about your love of Coors Light.
Coors Light brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package, so it is made to chill and make sure those mountains are blue. Might have to stay up late to crack one open tonight. It might be 11 o'clock when the Brewers finish off the Cubbies with who knows who's going to finish that game off. But when you need a moment to chill, celebrate a big Brewers win, it'll be Coors Light in my hand. And you make sure to celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
Some big news developing here on the in the old producer studio. It appears Tier 1 Tyler and I will be getting together with a few Coors Lights tonight to take in Game 4 at an establishment of our choice.
Who's producing the show now tomorrow?
Hunter. He actually is. Tausch and I are at Zimbrick Chevrolet out on Sun Prairie. So
get some body work
So
done.
if I just roll in a little late, I might just actually stay, depending on where we are, I might be closer to Zimbrick and stay overnight and roll in. We'll be good.
Well,
big night.
Better make Whoa Nelly a good one. Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10.23 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Mars Fun Size Candy, $4.49. 8.1 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Bear Creek Soup Mix, $3.49. 128 ounce pale selected varieties Blue Ribbon Frozen Dairy Dessert, $5.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny D Citrus Drinks, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and when it comes to my home, I want a team that I can trust, and that's Lifetime Home Services. From cleaner air and radon safety to custom closets, window treatments, and home renovations, they do it all under one roof. What I'm most excited about right now is their epoxy floors. They make your garage clean, durable, and organized with shelving and storage options to get everything off the floor. For over 30 years, families just like ours have trusted Lifetime Home Services to make their homes safer and better looking. Trusted solutions, lifetime results. Schedule today at lifetimehomeservices.com.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The teams are ready to go. The question is, are you ready? HD TVs in every room. Check. Blue and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, check, and check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your Milwaukee baseball party or tailgate. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your Milwaukee baseball playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
0.5 ESPN.
Let's make tonight the weekend. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. Got no reason not to celebrate. Baby, I just don't wanna wait. Tonight's the weekend. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. Got no reason not to celebrate. Baby, I just don't wanna wait.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Time now for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
I felt bad for Tausch. He had such a good tease. Then we ended up going with the Freddie Peralta breaking news.
I feel like, Gels, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like you didn't prep and have anything ready for your Whoa Nelly, and now you want. That's what I feel. Am I wrong?
You are wrong. I actually thought I had a few great things ready to go, but here's what happens. When you send something mid-show and say, let's get this, and then I work real hard to get it, I really want to make sure there's got to be a payoff for me. There's got to be a payoff for me.
I sent it at 9:15.
Which, yeah, you know what would be better? What would be more helpful? 7:15. 9:15 p.m.
Oh, we want to get down this road. Oh, interesting.
It would be more helpful. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that would be more helpful, but I am not going to be a bad teammate. Yeah. Jesse, I think you do a good job. All right.
Nervous energy. Sorry, I was nervous energy. I'm sorry.
I thought you weren't nervous.
No, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. There's different kinds of nervous. There's
thanks for explaining that. Tell me more.
There's excited.
I thought you were going to be a good teammate over there.
Why don't you just tell everyone what we're going to play?
So here's what happened. I had gotten a text from one of the former Academy members until the Academy disbanded after Jason's
besmirchment
of the Academy. And it was about Pat Murphy. I did not see Pat Murphy on the McAfee show. I saw a couple of clips. But as is the case, Pat Murphy put some very interesting things out. And I know now with McManus having a quad and with the special teams unit being under, I would say, fire for not doing a great job so far, and Rich Bisaccia is the leader of that group. He sends me a clip, and I have to admit, I love fun ideas. You know that. It's what I thrive on. I love enthusiasm, and I love when somebody comes up with something that sounds crazy, but I kind of love it. And Pat Murphy came up with that, and it made me think Packer fans might be clamoring for Pat Murphy, as long as the Brewers stuff keeps rolling, to end up adding another job potentially. And if this potential idea that he put on McAfee goes. Jesse, roll the tape.
I had aspirations going on to coach college football. When I got to Notre Dame, Coach Holtz was so great. Barry Alvarez was there. They became great friends, and they knew kind of my mentality of like, I love this stuff. I'd sit in meetings. So McAfee, I got a punt play that I want to know if you know about.
Okay.
So they snap it to you, okay? And you, instead of kicking it, you throw a spiral straight down the field.
Okay.
Your outside men, the returner has no idea you've thrown it. He thinks you've kicked it. Your outside people go down, it's called your gunners, right?
Yep.
They go down and they run under it and either catch it or run into the guy gonna receive it. Even if he fair catches, they run in, because if it's really high, you throw it really high, they're gonna fair catch it. You have your guy just try to catch it or run into that guy, pass interference, and we're rolling.
Genius. Now, McAfee goes on to say that his old punter, Shane Leckler, did this. So, Jason, I know you're sitting there. What kind of idiot can't tell if they're punting or kicking? You kind of fake like you're kicking it, and then you throw it, right? And what McAfee said was they do that with gunners, and because the corner, especially in a pooch punt situation, they bail out, and all of a sudden, old boy is going to catch a tutter from his punter. And if your punt coverage stinks, this is a great mixer to add into your punt coverage. I love the idea. I want to see Green Bay try it. Tell me I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
Okay. Why?
If this was such a genius idea that could actually be pulled off, and he thought about this when he was at Notre Dame with Barry Alvarez and Lou Holtz, Don't you think other people have thought about it, and it's never been tried before in a game other than the Shane Leckler story, which you're a little light on the details. Did it work?
I didn't listen to the rest of it, so I don't know.
He said the referees see that it's a pass, and so they won't call pass interference when it's a punt formation, basically. If they see it,
so you're gonna have to catch it yourself.
You gotta really go and catch
it.
Yeah.
But just wait a second. But you can do that on a field goal, and there's pass interference.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I think that don't make sense about special teams and the rules of football. Like, how come in college football you snap the ball to the quarterback in a shotgun formation and he puts a knee on the ground and the play's over, but when you snap it for a field goal, the person has their knee down and the play's continuing?
That's a great point.
It's a good point.
I've wondered that for decades. I don't understand why that rule exists in college football. Since I was a kid, and my dad is like teaching me how to watch football. Like, how come the play isn't over? I don't know. Because he's a holder.
Yeah.
Okay, what if the quarterback says I'm the holder, and then he gets, it's a fake? Like,
yeah. Why is there not pass interference on a fake punt? So fake punt. Why wouldn't you just tackle? You can't. Why don't you just tackle him then once he gets past the 5 yards? Can't PI. Like, there's a lot of. I think what Pat Murphy has done here is opened everyone's horizon into thinking, well, why can't they do that? Well, what are these rules? Well, I want to learn more about why this is or is not a good idea. And isn't that what you're looking for when you do media appearances or you do things like this? You want people to think. He's made me think.
Do you think he thought more about this in his lifetime or starting Freddie Peralta in Game 4 tonight?
Really good question. This obviously has been on his mind since the mid-'80s. So I would think just with the volume of time, I would think it's this.
Our buddy Coach Mack. I will try and find college film of this. We ran this in 2000 and 2001 at UW-Platteville. We called it the Sky Punt.
Okay. How did it work?
He has not added that piece of information on whether it worked or not. I'm skeptical.
So you're done with this. You think it's a dumb idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly!
Well, see, now here's the trouble. We're in kind of no man's land of Whoa Nelly, where there's like a minute and a half, and we're either going to be
make it work, Jesse.
Now
come on.
We're either going to be late to Rich Eisen, or we're going to. All right. Tausch, what do you think of the Bill Belichick North Carolina experience?
Well, he didn't get fired yet. It's been a disaster.
This is newsworthy because last night the school put out an official statement from both the athletic director and Bill Belichick expressing their commitment to one another amid reports of things going south in a hurry for the Tar Heels football program.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, the reporter Ollie Connolly sounded like it was a made-up name. Like, I read it like Oli Cannoli, and I'm like, oh, that's a made-up thing.
Pepperoni cannoli!
Oh, Oli Cannoli from No 3 Sports says that Bill Belichick's going to get fired. Turns out Oli Cannoli's a real guy, and it's a real report.
Yeah, I think it's obviously North Carolina was hoping that Bill Belichick would be able to out-scheme and kind of figure things out. This will be his only year in college football, and I think this will be this will be it for Bill. And it's kind of a bummer for him because he had a great career, no doubt about it. And I just don't know if he ever found or if he would look back and say, I probably should have not done this. But I'm glad he's not quitting midseason because I can't get my head wrapped around coaches. You get fired, it's different. I don't ever want a coach quitting midseason. You've put in the time, and until someone that is your boss says, I don't want you doing this anymore, I want you going down with the ship. I don't want you to say, oh, no. If you've signed up to coach this team through November, coach them. So I hope that report by Ole Cannoli is not accurate and that he finishes this season out. And then if they decide that they need to go in a different direction after the season, great. But I would hate to see him leave his job early without someone firing him.
I hope he gets fired. It's been a complete dumpster fire there, and it doesn't seem like he has shown the level of commitment that should be required either. And if you're not going to show the level of commitment, like during the bye week, he went to Cape Cod. According to the report that I read, they didn't know where he was. Some of his assistants. The reporting is not very good on how much effort he has put into this endeavor. And the girlfriend.
I think a lot of this, if he doesn't have this 24-year-old girlfriend, nobody is calling out his effort. Like, I think there's a lot of folks that don't like the fact.
Maybe he's more focused if he doesn't have. I don't know. I don't know what his relationship is. All I know is that the reports that I was reading yesterday, it sure sounded damning.
From Ole Cannoli?
Commitment. No, it was somebody else. No, it was not him. We need to wrap things up so we can get to Rich Eisen. We'll do that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Sweetest Day is coming up, and ESPN Milwaukee wants to make sure you're equipped to make the special someone in your life extra happy with the Welke Sweetest Day giveaway. From now through October 16th, head to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register for your chance to win a Sweetest Day prize pack, a bouquet of flowers from Welke's Milwaukee Florist, a $100 St. Kate gift card, and a one-night stay at the St. Kate. All that could be yours to share with the sweetest one in your life. Just go to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register and for full contest details.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, we need to get out of here. We've got the coordinators later today, Tausch. Now we've got the added wrinkle of the quadriceps injury for the kicker. What kind of mood do you think Rich Bisaccia is going to be in?
I bet he's relaxed. He maybe went to Cape Cod during his bye week, too.
Oh, Andy's a Yankees
I'm sure you'll
fan.
be as critical.
Andy's a Yankees fan. Good point, Jesse.
He'll be he'll be salty if he's a Yankees fan, too.
Great. This will be fun. I look forward to it. That's it for us today. Thanks for coming. It is a big game.
Big game.
Nervous energy. Game 4 tonight. We've got our watch along as well on YouTube. Be sure to check that out. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been shaping the future for businesses for 167 years and for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. We offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making, and extensive experience to help you navigate the ever-changing business landscape with your business in mind. At Fifth Third, we're big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, yet empowered to make local decisions and build strong community connections. Experience the commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Kyle Brust-Norman's Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal & Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American family insurance backed